Welcome back to Proxy, everybody, and today we are going to be going over the Sunday preview that GW has shown us for the Eldari this weekend. So I apologize right off the bat for my scratchy voice. I've been extremely sick over the last week, haven't been able to make any content whatsoever, but I'm feeling a little bit better, and the Sunday preview, of course, is something I wanted to talk about because it's finally here. We are going to be able to see what the pre-orders are and what changes GW has made to the prices of the Eldar units that are coming out. So, couple of good things, couple of bad things. I'll kind of go over my thoughts on it. I am going to talk about my, kind of not wish list, but I guess, advice to anybody who's going to be buying a lot of these pre-orders, what to pick up, what not to pick up, and so forth. However, I have to say overall I'm pretty happy with, kind of what I've seen so far. So, it's not all doom and gloom here. GW hasn't, given us the old proverbial stick up the ass, but they've done it before. So I was just kind of a little apprehensive beforehand, but now that it's, finally been announced or whatever, it doesn't look terrible. So let's go ahead and take a look through this. So first of all, this is just the video kind of going over it, GW kind of talking about it a little bit. And the first thing I want to say, and something I've wanted to say for a while, is the Codex itself. I think it's going to be 60 bucks, which isn't terrible. It's not a great price, but considering how big it is, it's actually probably better value than most other codexes. It does come with the collector's edition. Personally, I think the artwork on both is bad, and that's just my personal artistic take on it. I don't think the artwork's good. I think it's minimalist. I think minimalist artwork with Warhammer 40K, it just doesn't work for me. I don't like the look of it. The collector's edition looks kind of cool. It looks like it's, shiny or something like that, like it's a foiled kind of thing, kind of like a foil card, which is okay, whatever. I'm not going to spend the extra money for it, but I'm sure it'll look cool for somebody. Again, don't like the minimalist kind of artwork with the Eldari, but that's just my personal taste. They do also have the Eldari dice and datasheet cards. I will not be buying either of these because in the past, when I've used Eldari dice, I have rolled horrible with them, so I will never use them. I will always use the cheapest dice possible so that if they do roll bad, there's not some sort of expectation of glory, you know. That's just my personal thing. Again, we're a superstitious bunch, Warhammer 40K players. So, I won't be buying these, but they are cool. I love the orange look to them. I think that's better than the, kind of blue look they had before. And of course, it goes along with Fuegan really nicely, so that's cool. And of course, the datasheet cards are going to be pretty much out of date within a couple of patches anyway, so I just never bothered with those myself. Now, going on to the models that are going to be released, it's going to be the 4 new Phoenix Lords and the 3 Aspect Warrior boxes. They're going to be sold separately. There is no army box, there is no battle force box that they're doing as of yet. I don't think they will. It probably would have been revealed already. They're probably going to wait for it down the line, which is a shame. I think for me, that's the disappointing part about this release is that there's no Battle Force box. There's no discount box for us, which kind of sucks. But, there's a positive side to that, and that is, at least for me, I don't have to go and spend $350 on a release box, right? I know for some of you, you're planning on that and you're saving money for it, but I'm going to give you my advice on probably what you should buy and what you shouldn't buy with the pre-orders. So, Lycus, super cool model. Obviously, it's going to be she's going to be $45, which is going to be a big pill for a lot of you to swallow, but it's a beautiful model and it's the same price as all the other Phoenix Lords, by the way. They're all going to be 45 bucks, which again, GW pricing for those kind of models doesn't make sense to me as a consumer, but that's their standard pricing. I'll probably be trying to look for this outside of a pre-order myself, just because, I mean, just to be real with you guys, I'm not going to spend $45 plus on a single model. It looks really cool, but I know for a fact I can get one of these on eBay for cheaper later on. So I'm personally not going to be doing it. Now, to those of you out there looking on eBay right now, there's a couple of scalpers on there that are charging obscene prices for these models. Do not fall for it. Do not fall for it. Don't be one of those people. I've already seen people buy into these. There you can tell it's a scam because the person, all they did was take the image and basically PNG it onto their listing. Do not believe these people. They are scalpers. They're going to go out, they're going to purchase these in droves. They're going to basically make GW sell out of the pre-order really quick, and then they're going to like flip it for like double the cost. Again, don't be one of those people who support them. Don't buy from them. Just kind of let them lose money would be my advice. And I'll probably do a video on this later this week just to show you guys how obscene and how disgusting these people are that kind of scalp these models from, hobbyists like us who want to pick them up. But anyway, so beautiful model, really cool. Warp spiders, again, great model kit. They're going to be $62 or $62.50 or something like that, which is fine. That's a standard box price for them, so I wouldn't expect GW to do anything cheaper. The only thing I would say personally is, again, probably get them at a discounter. There's going to be a lot of discount retailers selling them for 20% off. I'm happy to pay 50 bucks a box for these guys. 62 is a little high for me, but 50 bucks a box seems about right. It's kind of where Howling Banshees are, so the way I figure it, they should be the same price as Howling Banshees. If you can get a squad of Howling Banshees for 50 bucks, you can definitely get one of these guys for 50 bucks. Baharoth Cry the Wind, really cool model. Again, $45, kind of expensive, but beautiful model. Swooping Hawks, same price. They're going to be $62. So again, same kind of price as all the other Aspect Warriors. So that kind of clicks. We have Fuegan, same deal with him. He's going to be 45 bucks. Fire Dragon's going to be 60 bucks. Personally, I think the Fire Dragons probably should have been cheaper, just kind of looking at them, but they're a good model kit as well. I do like the look of those. Azurman's going to be 45 bucks, of course, and Azurman, he looks good, right? A lot of people have the old model. I like the new Azurman. I think he looks cool. I'll probably pick up at least one of the Phoenix Lords. Not in pre-order because I just never pre-order models, guys. It's just against my code. Unless it's like a big army box. Like the only thing I would have considered pre-ordering is the Battle Force, right? But because we don't have a Battle Force, I just don't see the point. I might as well, wait for the discounts. Now, the cool thing I want to talk to you guys about is the Wave Serpent Falcon kit they have bundled together. It's going to be $65, so it's $5 more than both kits combined. But get this. How annoying was it for all of you in the past to have to buy a separate turret off eBay to be able to kind of dual or magnetize these? Now you could just do both, right? Like you could literally magnetize this kit so that you could have both the Falcon and the Wave Serpent. That's kind of cool. I mean, even these little wing things can be magnetized if you do it correctly, so that you could literally just have a Falcon and a Wave Serpent in one. Now, the Wave Serpent does have the extra compartment in the back. I'm sure no one would actually mind, though, if you didn't. So if you built this like the back of it like a Falcon, I'm sure no one would really mind. I personally wouldn't mind if I played against somebody that had that. It's not a big deal. But yeah, anyway, really cool that they're doing the dual kit here. And even if you just build the Wave Serpent as is, it's cool that you at least have the option to build the turret of the other vehicle for an extra $5. Yeah, I'd absolutely take it. I'd absolutely take it. And if you don't do it, you could always build the turret or just have the turret pieces, and you could sell the turret pieces as a separate thing to somebody for like $10, right? Makes a little bit of money back on the kit. You could sell the turret to somebody who needs it, and they could use it for their, collection. So I think that's great. That's a great move by GW, I think. The other thing, which is kind of cool, not like a great move per se, but they have the Warwalkers here. They look exactly the same. Unfortunately, they didn't upgrade the heads or anything like that, which was a kind of a bummer. But you have two of them in a box now, which kind of says two things. First of all, it says GW is probably going to bring Warwalkers into squadrons of two. So you could either take one or two Warwalkers per unit. I think that's probably guaranteed in the new Codex because the new box is going to come with two. And this is kind of cool. I like it. I want there to be a return of squadrons of Warwalkers. That's really cool. Probably not as groups of three, but definitely because the box is being sold as two now. I could definitely see it being, two Warwalkers a squad. That means you can give one of them Bright Lances and the other one you can give something else if you want. Or you could buy two-man boxes and have a unit with Bright Lances and you can have a unit with some other types of weapons. You can mix and match weapons, and I think that's really cool as well. It kind of makes it easier to, buy the models without going overboard on it and, having to essentially sell another model because you can't have more than three of something in your army. So I think that's cool. Kind of makes sense with the weapon options that they have now. And also, people were thinking, oh, they're probably not going to be able to, take the same weapon option for the box. But you definitely can now because GW has made them in boxes of two, first of all. Second of all, they're showing you a Warwalker with two Bright Lances. So that means in the new Codex, yes, you can still double up on Bright Lances most likely. You can still take multiples of the same weapon. It's just they've changed the kit slightly to reflect that. So that's cool. Really like that. It does cost $80 for the two of them, which at a discount probably get them for about 60, which makes sense to me. I'd pay $60 for a couple of Warwalkers. That's not a bad deal. I personally like the models. I know some people don't like them, but I'm a fan. I think they have that kind of, old goofy look to them that's, kind of cool. People say they don't look like Eldari, but I actually would argue that they do. They definitely look like Eldari vehicles. It's just, we usually don't think of, we don't think of bipedal vehicles or bipedal walkers as something the Eldari would have because they're skimmer based. But anyway, war walkers have been, part of the lore and part of the game for a long time. And these ones do look much better than the old ones, the old third edition ones. So yeah, and that's basically it. And then they have that, hammer and bolter nonsense that they have the Return to Cadia, which no one cares about. I certainly don't care about it. But really cool. Liking the reveal, liking the pre-orders. Again, am I going to pre-order any of these things from GW? Absolutely not. Hell no. I'm never going to pre-order from GW with, first of all, the fact that they can't control the scalper situation, it just makes me not want to support GW even more. But on top of that, they're really expensive pre-ordering on GW itself. So I'm going to probably pre-order from, a discount retailer. I'm going to be looking for, eBay stuff. I'm going to be combing eBay for stuff like, that's discounted and getting my pre-orders that way. Now, I told you guys I'd give you some advice for you guys looking to pre-order. My advice is that if you absolutely cannot wait, don't go and pre-order everything, right? Like, don't pre-order everything. I'll tell you why. Because, first of all, it's just going to be way more expensive. I don't expect all the pre-orders to sell out. I think there's going to be, maybe do this. Maybe, pick a couple things that you want. Maybe, like, if you really want Lycus, you really want Warp Spiders, and, maybe a Fire Dragon unit, then pre-order that stuff and just don't pre-order everything on the list, right? Because first of all, there's going to be a new combat patrol coming out. That's guaranteed. The combat patrol could include some aspect warriors, so if you can get those at a discount, that's a great thing to do. And also, even though we're probably not getting an army box, there might be some sort of aspect kind of box that's going to come out. We don't know for sure yet down the road, right? A couple months from now, they come out with it and you're like, oh, I already bought all my aspect warriors. I wasted a bunch of money, right? So also by then there are going to be a lot of discount boxes floating around. People that have gotten into the army are going to find out that, oh, I actually don't like playing Eldar because they're not an easy faction to play, and they're going to quit. That's going to happen a lot when the new codex comes out and stuff like that as well. So, you can probably find some really good deals on eBay. So I wouldn't pre-order everything on the list. I just pick a couple things that you want to paint up and build and stuff like that first. The other thing is something you should look at and seriously consider is what the codex actually has in it, right? Because if you buy all these aspect warriors and then, for some godforsaken reason, GW decides to make the codex terrible for aspect warriors for whatever reason, that's going to suck, right? Because you're not going to enjoy playing them. And they're great models, don't get me wrong, but great models can be acquired over time at a cheaper cost, right? Like, let's be real here. Part of the reason why we want to get these models is because of cool rules, so we can play them on the battlefield. And if you're not having fun playing them on the battlefield because their rules suck, then that's going to be unfortunate, right? So I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying, hedge your bets a little bit, buy your favorite stuff, just don't buy everything. And again, me personally, I'm not going to pre-order on GW. I'm going to be looking at other places for, my purchases. I recently picked up a Blood of the Phoenix box on discount on eBay. Got it for a really good price. Got it for 240 bucks. So that was really awesome. Well, it was less than that actually, but because of taxes and stuff, it came out to 240. And that comes with a Falcon, Viper, Howling Banshees, Jane Czar, comes with Scourges, Hellions, Viper, or not Viper, sorry, Venom, and, Incubi and Drazar. So comes with a lot of models. And I was really happy with that. I waited for that. I was patient with it. There was retailers that were selling it for like 350 bucks, and then it went down to 300, and that was still a little high for me. So finally, I found someone willing to sell for, the low cost of 240. So that was great. So anyway, patience is rewarded when you're looking at this stuff. Now, as for future content, yes, I will be covering the Eldar pretty extensively. I'm going to have to also buy the Codex, right? I think I'm just going to buy the Codex on release or get a, code for it or something like that, just so that I have it. I'm probably not going to pre-order it, but we'll see. If I have to pre-order it, I will, but I don't think there's going to be an issue with the number of codexes. In fact, I don't think codexes are probably going to be an issue at all as far as, demand goes. But, I am going to be getting the codex. We will be doing a reveal on day one. The codex comes out. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be pretty cool. And we're going to be doing Tacticas, guys. We're going to be going back. We're going to be doing all the datasheet reviews, all the detachment reviews, and all that good stuff. Really just this past week, I've been so sick. I haven't been able to do anything. But I am going to get back to that stuff. And as for the videos in between, I do have a few videos planned, and I'm going to be making more videos as the, Eldar are truly rolled out. February 8th, guys, is looking like the day. So that's going to be, a good couple of weeks away, 2, 3 weeks away. But it's almost here. We almost have our codex finally after so many years of waiting, right? I mean, some of us wanted the codex literally 4 months in when nobody wanted to play against our army anymore because it was just so bad. But, it is finally here. Me personally, over the last couple months, I'm going to be honest, I've been playing as much as I can at the shop with my Eldar, but on Tabletop Simulator, been having a much better time, much more fun time playing the Dark Eldar, playing the Reaper's Wager, because, the detachment, the Eldari are just getting a little stale for me, at this point. It's been a couple years of the index. So it'll be good to have the codex. It'll be good to have all these new rules to play around with. I'm really excited for it. Hope you guys are too. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the release, about the reveal, that there's going to the pre-order reveal, quote unquote. I know we already saw this stuff, but let me know what you guys think about it. What models you're most excited to buy, And I will see you guys in the next one, in the next video. If you guys do want to support the channel, join our Patreon. It's totally free. Of course, you can support it monetarily, but it's not a requirement, and it grants you permanent access to our Discord community where you can talk on Discord with people like me, people like other Eldari players and enthusiasts who love talking about strategies and tactics and everything. So check us out. You won't be disappointed. You could even meet somebody like me or, another Eldari player for a tabletop simulator game if you want to. And other than that, yeah, I have a channel store page. Check that out for some Eldar inspired apparel. And check out my Amazon affiliate link in the description below. Also for some discounted Eldar minis. Grab those combat patrols while you can, guys, because they're out of the door. All right, everybody. Peace out, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, everybody. See you later.